Meanwhile, this change of guard at the CII itself, Godrej is set to hand over the post of president of CII to Chris Gopalakrishnan, and CNBC TV 18's Shireen Bhan caught up with the two business leaders and asked them their views on the economy and, of course, the fluid political scenario that we've been seeing over the last month.
I do feel that there is a change coming about. I think some of the reform measures announced in the recent past, I thought the budget pronouncements were clearly pro-growth, and I do feel there is a change taking place and there is a turnaround. So I would say I don't see any deceleration anymore. I think there will be an acceleration. The amount of acceleration, to my mind, will depend a lot on the further reform program. Especially if we can get the goods and services tax implemented early, I think we'll come back to a high growth rate quite soon.
But how confident are you feeling, even though the Prime Minister trying to reach out to India Inc., saying that the reform agenda, the reform thrust will continue, but they don't have the numbers to put legislative action through. So are you confident that things like insurance, pension, GST, the DTC bill, where the government requires numbers, will be passed by Parliament?
It is only a part of what needs to be done. Needs legislative action. There are a lot of other things need to be. One of the things is ease of doing business. If the ease of doing business in India is improved, which is really a executive action required, I think India can move back to a reasonable growth rate quite fast.
Mr. Gopalakrishnan, let me ask you, because the pitch to investors, both domestic and foreign, was that we welcome your investments, we want you to invest, we cannot get back to the growth path without private sector investing. But, the political dispensation and what it might be a couple of months down the line is clearly making foreigners very fearful. We don't know whether we are going to be faced with the prospects of an early election. How is the political quotient impacting investment decisions at this point in time?
See, clearly, in a democracy, elections will happen periodically. So this is not something which is unexpected. Maybe there is a concern about will it happen this year or maybe next year, but it is going to happen, and that is known already. So in that sense, it's not unexpected.
You said that elections are an eventuality. Whether it happens this year or next year is the question. But the question also is, what kind of political formation are we going to see? There's now a lot of talk about a third front. How does India Inc. view what is likely to happen on the political front? Is a third front a reality or a mirage?
See, coalitions are a reality, right? Clearly, we have seen coalitions work over the last 20 years, and we have also seen that over the last 20 years, with different governments, we have grown at 7.58%, with different governments from the different coalitions. And in between, we had actually a third front also for a brief period of time. So, I am actually optimistic that irrespective of which coalition comes back to power, of course, till the election is over, we will not know. We will be we will continue in the path of growth, economic growth. Because all parties realize that without economic growth.
So the outgoing and future heads of CII on how they view the political flux and the economic scenario that we're witnessing. We're up next on After the Bell.